It's time to review Pirates Hunt for BlackBeards Booty! I want to make this clear from the get-go. I will not be doing any of the expected booty jokes, mainly because I couldn't find any clean, family-friendly booties to show. So sorry if you were looking forward to that. Apparently 200 minigame collections for the Wii weren't enough, so this company thought the Wii needed one more. This game has everything you would expect from a pirate-themed game. Sword fights, ship battles, and of course, croquet. Oh, I'll get into that later. There are a whopping 5 minigames in this collection. I will say that again if you missed that. 5! That's right, I said 5. This is not a sports game like Game Party, which could get away with having few games. It's incredibly lazy of the publishers only to have 5 games. Now these 5 games will change in difficulty as you travel from port to port, but they're still the same 5 games. Plus the controls were awful! You would think that with only 5 games they would get at least the controls down right, but unfortunately that's just not the case. Seeing how there are only 5 games, I'm just going to quickly go over them all. Row, Row, Row for Your Life is a game where you row and shoot at your enemies to get them to lose their treasure and slow them down. And whoever has the most after a couple laps wins. Winds of the Wavy Sea is a game where you see a treasure on the screen and you grab it, and you have to get it back to your safety zone without getting hit. Basically, it's just capture the flag. You control the wind with your Wiimote, and you put your cursor behind the ship in order to move the ship forward, or in front of it to go backward. Sword fighting is a game where you move your Wiimote in different positions to do certain attacks. Some of the attacks will work better than others at times, depending on what your opponent does. I know that might sound kinda cool, but it's not. The controls are completely broken, as it won't read anything but the normal attack reliably. But you shouldn't even bother trying to do different moves. I have found that if you do a normal slash attack by swinging your Wiimote back and forth, you'll win every time. Treasure Hunters is a weird game, where you have to dig up a treasure and get it back to your base before the other enemy characters see you with it. Now the other characters will only attack you while you're digging up the treasure or holding it, so if you see an enemy close by to you, stop digging or drop the treasure to stay alive. I have saved the absolute worst for last, Squid Ball Sabotage, or Croquet. At the very least, the last 4 games were at least believable in a Pirates game. But croquet? It would have been better if they put bowling in the game, because then at least you could say they were using cannonballs. If you've never played croquet before, you have to hit a ball with a mallet in between a bunch of hoops. So of course the publishers had to pirate it up, so they had you hitting squids instead of balls. But of course in real life, if somebody actually did that, the squid would most likely explode. There are items to collect to make your pirate look different. And there's a multiplayer mode. But that doesn't matter because you'll never use those things. Because the game sucks. And it won't take you more than 5 minutes of playing this game to come to that conclusion. And I have a haunting suspicion that I spent more time playing this game for this review than the game testers did, due to all the control issues. The publishers actually had the gall to originally ask $40 for this game when it first came out. Now it's at a more reasonable price of $20. But seeing how the game is boring and the controls don't work, I think $5 is too much to ask for this game. So obviously, you should skip this game.